I'm in New York not for any big announcement. I'm in New York because my daughter is getting married, and she's getting her gown finalized today. Robert Dane, a great designer from Texas, I might add.
Yes.
And
you were excited.
You just happened to be in New York.
Now,
for the
I will say,
rumors, yeah.
If this rumor does turn out to be true, it would be a great thing to know how to dance at your daughter's wedding.
That's true. I think your costume should be a big wall that comes on the side of you, since you are representing Texas.
Governor, we love Geraldo. We loved him on The Apprentice. We didn't love him on Dancing with the Stars. Do you fear that something could go terribly wrong, hypothetically, if you were to enter this?
You know, I would say that I would keep my work pretty serious if I were to do that. So anyway, I think it'd be rude for me to say go to a different channel at 9 o'clock Eastern time to find out.
Phil
today,
Hemmer would take a swing.
I'm not going to say that.
There we go.
Well, we're off the air at 9.
Yeah, but Hemmer and McCallum are.
I know.
Yeah, that's the problem. All right, so we'll leave it at that.
Well, we'll get you to some questions about things you know a lot about, which is politics. And we've got a Fox News alert that a federal judge has ordered the State Department to turn over all of Huma Abedin's related emails before the election. So we've seen that she's the conduit, or has been the conduit, between the Clinton Foundation and Hillary Clinton. A judge is saying, we got to see those emails. What do you make of all that we've seen with her emails and that connection?
Well, the seriousness of this is, you know, you having served in the military, the people that we know are individuals that we have heard and we are confident information has flowed out from those email exchanges, costing people their lives. We don't know what else is out there. We don't know what else is in jeopardy, and that's what's very serious about this, is that we know what happened. They had a private server so that they could keep secret their conversations together so that they wouldn't be embarrassed politically or whatever reason. And in doing that, they put Americans and our allies' lives in jeopardy. That's how serious this is. And this isn't small potatoes. This is clearly, I think, a national security issue that the former Secretary of State of America was involved with, knew exactly what they were doing, and I would suggest to you that there are very serious criminal and obviously national security issues at the real root and foundation of this.
Maybe that's why the federal judge has said these have to be released before the election. Now, let me read you one of these emails that Citizens United gave exclusively to Fox. Huma Abedin says, those of us in Russia traveling party will be leaving BlackBerries on the airplane once we touch down in Moscow tonight. And then another person writes, are they taking them from you because your ClintonEmail.com should work? And then she writes, it's for security reasons. I don't want to use that one either. What does that tell you?
Well, why are you shaking?
Well, it tells us exactly what we know, is that there is sensitive information that could put people's lives in jeopardy, that they casually handled. And listen, we got friends in the military. If they did that, they would have been court-martialed.
They have been.
I mean, I've talked to young Navy SEALs that were deployed halfway around the world, and they said they left a secret document on a desk for 5 minutes and almost lost their ability to serve this country. That's the seriousness of what we're talking about. And this is the Secretary of State and one of the high-ranking officials, and this relationship with this foundation and the Secretary of State's office is, I mean, this is past troubling. I mean, from my perspective, I think you lose all confidence in an individual who will handle material like that and then stand up in front of us and say, I want to be your president.
They say over and over again, this is a job interview, and the debates are a job interview. How's the job interview going? If you want to know how you'll be as president, we could look at how you were as Secretary of State.
I understand people wanting their team to win. I understand that. I've competed in this arena before. But when you start talking about our young men and women in the military's lives and casually dealing with information that could literally cost them their lives.
You said it has. In what way do you know
Well,
that?
the Iranian scientists, for one, I mean, clearly that Iranian individual lost their lives because of information that came out of the Clinton server.
So you have the scientist that still allegedly defected, that came back, went to Iran, and was killed when he turned up.
They were talking about, and her server could have been hacked, and people have access to information, sources, and methods.
Yep.
It can get people killed.
Yes, sir. And that's clearly what's happened here.
Governor Perry, I know that you have praised Donald Trump for his immigration stance. Many people are saying now he's softening on it, but he's still going to build that wall and build it in your state, in Texas. What are your thoughts?
Donald Trump's focused on securing this country, making us, whether we're sitting on a set here in New York City or whether we're in South Texas, safe, and know that that border is not being used to penetrate with people who would do harm to us. And that's exactly what's going on today. We know that. I've been briefed as late as the last 30 days by individuals who are involved in the Texas effort to secure that border. Donald Trump's not softening his position on immigration. I think there's a lot of talking heads around here that try to get, oh, grab a word here, grab a word there. Donald Trump is going to secure that border in all the different ways that you have to do that. Part of that is a wall, part of it is electronics, part of it's boots on the ground, aviation assets. He is committed to not only immigration reform that lets the people in that we want in this country, but those that have come in overstayed their visas, those that have come in that are criminal elements, those individuals are going to be rounded up and dealt with appropriately.
You speak with him regularly, and there's very few people in the Republican Party who know more firsthand about what's going on at the border than you. You tried to get the president's attention. He wasn't listening. You know you can't build a wall. Physically you can't build a wall from the entire through Arizona and through Texas, right? And you got eviscerated 4 years ago when you were running for president because you said you wanted to give some students, illegals who grew up their whole lives, in-state tuition breaks. Do you see Republicans showing a little bit more give in the general as opposed to the primary process?
Well, over the course of the last 4 years, I did a really poor job of explaining why we did what we did in Texas. This is an economic issue for us. These kids are here. They're not going away. They were, they may have been born 60 miles off of the border, and for the last 16 of their 18, they've been in Texas. They've done the work. They're going to be here. We required them to be in the queue to get their citizenship. We want good, hardworking people in this country. We want to have a relationship with Mexico, but Mexico needs to understand something, that they're going to be our partner. They got to do their part on dealing with the drug cartels, dealing with those individuals who are of bad character, and secure that border. Donald Trump will secure the border. Donald Trump will do the things that's required to make sure that Americans know that they are safe and that that border is not being used to be penetrated by individuals who do harm to us.
Governor, we've got to get your comment on a story that's going across the nation right now. You remember the Dallas Cowboys want to put a decal on their helmet supporting the Dallas police? Well, in the NFL, you've got Colin Kaepernick, another football team, another
They were told no, by the way.
They were told no, that they couldn't put a decal on their helmet. Colin Kaepernick has said, I'm not going to stand for the national anthem because of what it represents, an oppression. What do you think about his protest that he says he's not even going to stand for the national anthem in week 1, which is the week of 9/11?
Well, all of us make decisions in our lives. Kaepernick has made one. I don't agree with it. The reason I wear this blue American flag is because I want to stand up with our men and women of law enforcement. For some reason or other, he doesn't understand that we have laws in this country, and that if there are law enforcement that have done harm to individuals, it's addressed. But the message he's sending is that somehow or another our police officers are bad people and they're out there looking to do harm to minorities, and that's just a false narrative. And for that one, I would suggest Mr. Kaepernick needs to apologize. If he wants to sit during the national anthem, you and I fought for his right to do that, and there are men and women around the globe today that will continue to do that. I don't think it's smart. I don't think in 20 years, as he looks back on this and he looks at his career and his life, that it's one of his proudest moments.
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you very much.
We wish you all the best.